It always just seems to come down to blue versus red, isn't it? It is the Hula Hoops National Cup Under-18 men's final just getting underway between Templeogue and Neptune. Ross O'Donoghue with you. Niall McDermott is beside me. How are things, Niall?
Ross, how's it going? Looking forward to this game and a great fast break to start.
Straight off the bat, Chris Arcilla opens the score for Templeogue.
And that's going to be key for them in this game in the fast break. If Chris can get out in the fast break, he's so quick.
On the Templeogue side, Chris is one of two players who have to suit up twice today. He'll be back on the floor for the final later on TG Cahir and the TG Cahir player, if you don't have a ticket and are heading along.
And I think in those two opening possessions, we've seen what could be the story of the game. For Templeogue, getting Chris out in the fast break, using his speed, and for Neptune inside David Murray, very strong post player, very accomplished player in the post, a lot of national league experience, international experience. Those two players could be key today to find out who's going to win.
Earl McKeown, the other Templeogue player who will be suiting up later on. David Murray, and one of the things about David is even internationally he's tended to play a year ahead of him, so he really does have that experience and that know-how to back up with the physicality that he's developed over the years as a post player. And here's McKeown and Arcilla. The backcourt duo would be hugely important for Templeogue today, popping up all over the place, but they really do have strength in depth. 6 of the side who formed Templeogue won an under-19 A schools final just this week, defeating St Malachy's.
Yeah, and a great game too it was. We've seen an interesting Neptune are in a 1-3-1 full court press. A different look for Paul Kelleher's team. I'm assuming that's going to be slow Templeogue down.
Paul Kelleher, the head coach of Neptune pretty much across the board these days, obviously looks after the men's National League team as well. Knows these players inside out and knows how to push their buttons, how to make them tick. Of course, he was a coach to them at international level as well. The likes of David Murray, Dara Sullivan, James Hannigan, Scott Hannigan, Robert Cahill, Cian Heafy as well. Cian Heafy, a real sad story for him. He's suited up. We won't be seeing him on the floor today.
Yeah, I was talking to Paul before the game. Cian's cleared for non-contact at the minute, but nice and bounce play, gets easy layup. He's cleared for non-contact action, but can't play in games as yet.
It's after a cruciate injury he picked up at under-18 duty.
Huge loss for Neptune, fantastic player. And you see there that press, put a bit of pressure on, created his first turnover.
We would have seen it in the last game as well. I think it was a 3-1-1 press that Glanmire were putting on DCU Mercy. So, pretty sophisticated stuff here in terms of tactics. Nearly gets the tip in there, does McKeown.
Unlucky.
I think he just had a foot in the backcourt there, did he?
Yeah, he jumped from the backcourt, so according to the rules, he would have had to land at least 1 foot on the ground before he touched the ball. So it was a good call by the refs.
Thanks, Stato. So it's James Hannigan and Scott, the two brothers, which is to say they have exactly the same parents as each other. McKeown to Arcilla in the corner for 3, and might have looked for some work on the boards there from Aston Kasuka.
It's one of the soft spots in that 1-3-1 zone defense. The corner 3 will be open. Neps need to watch that.
And there it is again. McKeown inside.
Good stand.
Murray fighting in there on the defensive rebound jump ball, says the referee.
Jason Colleen not happy with that call. He thought it was a foul.
Very interesting to see him remonstrate on the sideline rather than on the court for once.
Tough job for Jason too, coaching a cup final and then playing on the same day. Coaching a final is very mentally and physically draining, so hopefully it will affect his performance. 2
hashtags to get involved with us on social media today, the first of which is hashtag Hula Hoops Cup. If you like what you're seeing, let us know. Very happy to get your thoughts on the game as it progresses. The other hashtag is hashtag NapWatch. Of course, Jason Colleen, who will be playing at 8 o'clock this evening. Normally this is nap time for the big man. So if you see any signs of him nodding off or wanting to nod off in the white heat of under-18 coaching, just let us know. Hashtag NapWatch.
Could also add on a hashtag for hashtag why is Paul Kelleher wearing a tracksuit? Not his usual game attire.
You're right, he doesn't have the beige khakis on, does he? It's over the top there from Matthew Harper.
I was looking forward to see if he goes for the beige or sometimes he goes navy, you know, with the brown shoes.
Yeah.
And I come in and he's got this
pointy shoes,
cloth tracksuit on, so it's a few theories on why that happened.
slumming it with the rest of us. I think it involves that hot chicken roll. You know the way he stops in the M8
on
the way up? I think that was what did it.
Nice step back.
Far from hot chicken rolls. Paul Kelleher was rare, I tell you. You know, and when we look down at the floor, Niall, you know, at underage, you tend to look to who's the go-to guys. I don't think there's any weak link on either five on the floor at the moment, which is to say there's no particular go-to guy either. Everyone's role is vital this afternoon.
And I think what could be key in this game is the bench. Both starting fives are very strong. When we go into the bench, we'll see who has more depth.
So Neptune called a timeout, 6:42 to go in the first. They trail by 4 points to 3. Of course, we mentioned the depth on both benches. Sadly for Templeogue and for Harris Webster in particular, he won't be putting on the uniform today. And I tell you what, it's going to take something serious to keep a guy like that from here. Was it pneumonia? You said?
Pneumonia, apparently, he's got. Yeah, so wishing him best, you know, quick recovery from that.
Absolutely, Harris. The very best of luck to you in recovery and getting back on the court as soon as possible. No doubt your Templeogue teammates will be doing this one for you if at all possible. David Murray gets a bang to the face from Aston Kasuka.
Yeah, and that's going to be a key matchup today. Aston against Murray. I know that Paul was said that could be key to the game to see who gets the better inside. If either lose player gets in foul trouble, it could be big.
Any of you wondering what the update is on Paul Kelleher's apparel? The hoodie is off.
Yeah. And again, there's no polo shirt. I see it's going.
Not even a collar.
Loungewear, I would describe it as.
Do you know what? That the watch is blamed, so he's all right.
Missed the second. All right. Oh, but nearly got the rebound.
Now, here's Arcilla. Crowd don't like that one. Ref's happy to let play go. David Murray gets a hand on that one. He really did set Darragh O'Sullivan herring off down the court there.
Yeah, very quick Darragh O'Sullivan, but you can see there in the Neptune 1v1 defense, key to that is the length they have up top with O'Sullivan and the guys across the middle. They got the deflection from David Murray, I think it was. It's very hard to make a pass through that length. I think that's why Paul's chose that defense, using their advantage. Especially the Templeogue guards are quite small, so it's hard to see that and pass over the top.
So a chance for Neptune here to level the scores. It's been a tense opening few minutes. I think the tactics from both coaches helping and hindering in equal measure. There we go. David makes the second one.
Change now. It's diamond press. Still on the 1v1 press. Let's see. And there we get another steal.
Still a great quick
Steals it right back.
It's on. If he can find Kasuka, hits Kasuka. The coverage from Neptune was good.
Very good transition defense. Got back quick Neptune.
And Finn McKeown is the only McKeown on the court now because Irla has had to hit the bench with 2 fouls picked up in the first 5 minutes of this game. So I think a wise move from Jason Killeen to hold him in reserve for when he's really needed. Great reactions there from
just like
Arcilla.
Son, you can't teach us. Read the pass well and so quick got in the pass lane.
An Ireland under-16 international, went to the Euros that year. So the drums will be banging for Templeogue. They're one of the best supported clubs in Ireland at this point, across the board. And it's incredible, the setup of the club when you consider their first breakthrough in 2011, and then a little bit of a lean period before winning, and I think it was 11, 12, 13 and 14 at underage level. But rather than have those players come through to senior level, although they have shown plenty of promise, it's a very different team we'll see at senior level this evening at 8 o'clock. Templeogue call timeout with 5:21 to go in the first. And in terms of the Templeogue roster, we see Puff Summers also given a hand in that particular timeout. Puff will be lining out at 8 o'clock this evening as well.
Yeah, I think wise time out there to try and come up with a strategy to beat this 1-3-1 press. Neptune got back-to-back steals there and trying to stop the rot.
Tom Phelan is on the court for Templeogue. Here he is now. Looks to take it on himself, finds the corner. Inside, that's Arcilla, teed up by Matthew Harper. Murray inside on the defensive boards once again as James Hannigan races clear, finds his brother. And the Neptune guys are off the bench for Scott. Here we go, the twins combining.
Yep, brother. Clear foul.
He'll be happy with 2 and a chance to stretch this lead. And McKeown there, again he's on 2, so he might have to come back into the game if that's what the call from.
And that's a big call. It's Aston's second foul. We mightn't see him again now until the second quarter, and we might see Neptune look to go inside more, take advantage of that.
They don't have Kasuka on the floor at the moment either. So what will this mean in terms of tactics? Templeogue also on team fouls now at this point. And a good half of this quarter, he said, dividing these fractions still to go. Chris thought about going to the corner. Solomon Snow is in there. This is Snow. Goes to Harper. McKeown. Arcilla. Gets the drive on Hannigan to the elbow.
Great.
Has to shoot with the
great
shot
defensive possession
down
by Neptune. You can see everyone in the stance, everyone arms out wide, closing down the pass lanes, making it very difficult for Templeogue to get the ball inside at all.
Goes around to O'Sullivan, tries to take. Oh, that's a superb pass inside. Well done, yeah. 2 arms in the air there, not just on defense, but a quick celebration too. Oh, Simon Zebo with the finish. Remember that one against Italy a couple of years ago? Oh, yeah, O'Sullivan does really, really well here to get the pass away.
And you see Paul's are up to the very top of this 1-3-1 zone. Long arms, very athletic, good anticipating passes, making it tough for Templeogue yards.
McKeown over the top, needs to get back into it now.
Great fast break, couldn't get the finish.
And the long arm of David Murray just couldn't guide that one into the basket. double scores, not that it counts for much after just 6 minutes of basketball. Lovely dish inside. McKeown again missing once he gets airbound, but the steal is in and the finish is good from Tom Phelan, the substitute.
Yeah, fantastic anticipation there, nice soft touch. Yeah, inside the Murray now, feed off that.
And Templeogue really mounting a response now. It hasn't gone their way. Soft pass. Good combination work there between Eli Lenihan, who's come into the game, one of the Ballincollig players on this team. And the crowd are on their feet. The drums are banging.
Templeogue back in front. Nice move. Ooh.
Murray, simple. But Hannigan effective. James Hannigan. And the bench is working really hard for Templeogue right now. It's Snow and Phelan working hard. They're not one of the Templeogue College guys. There's 2 Neptune players on the floor. 3 players inside trying to make offense happen as Arcilla sets off now. May look to go all the way himself with Lenihan in front of him. And he does draw the foul.
Arcilla started that fast break by himself with some excellent post defense. Anticipate the pass, got round his man, got a hand in the passing lane. In the one-man fast break.
And Jason Killeen, the coach of Templeogue, taking any opportunity he gets to get some direction onto the floor, seeing where can he avoid calling timeouts. They've both called one each. But some clear directions being issued there to which of the twins? Finn McKeown is out there, sorry. Sides are level. For those of you wondering about the scoreboard you have on your screen in front of you, just had to switch a couple of things around there. It is absolutely accurate right now. Only difference being the Templeogue were designated the home team, and that's where they are. However, on your screen, you see them popping up on the right-hand side.
There's the corner free again. They'll get those. If that's a shot they can knock down, they'll be dangerous, but so far...
And that's the one the coach called.
It's tough for that baseline man, the 1-for-1 to cover, retire. Oh, pulls up.
Great pass. Bounce pass inside, and Harper doesn't get the roll. It's so disappointing because that was lasered into him.
Harper, of course, MVP of that Skulls Cup game. Some fantastic shooting, just didn't have the finishing touch there. Fantastic pass by Arcilla. We'll see it again here in the replay. Full court bounce pass, boom. Right.
Do you say the boom again? Because it's very Jurgen Klopp of you. Go on, do it again.
What did he say? Boom, boom, boom. It's the
feeling here.
Deutsch dairy accent coming through.
Only a basketball man would think that Jurgen Klopp is Dutch. But it's all right,
Deutsch.
Only a Limerick man would confuse Dutch with Deutsch from a Derry man, clearly. And let not our japing in the
lovely finish.
Gantry think that the intensity hasn't dropped for a second down below. No. Superb work there.
Yeah, Keane Fitzgerald, a lovely finish. Reverse layup. Open free. No.
Not open enough, says you, as Arcilla will look to reset. Goes to the corner again. It's Snow under trouble from David Murray. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Arcilla running out of options.
Against this 1-3-1 zone, Templeogue got either penetrate and kick or else get a quick reversal, but the length of Neptune is really causing them problems with it. Right, this is lovely finish again. Great wee scoop reverse.
Fitzgerald. We have alluded to Templeogue's depth, but Neptune need to get some scores off the bench as well as Fitzgerald sits off. Trying to take on Jack Walsh. O'Sullivan was really thinking about that one and probably had too much time to think about it. Just that hesitation kind of prevented him from getting his feet set too. Arcilla had the presence of mind to see the shot clock, but forgot about the ball, and O'Sullivan finishes. And Neptune pulling 5 points clear at the end of this quarter with just 3 seconds left.
That was a fabulous pass ahead, early pass. Saw on Paul Kellerton, we'll see it now, look, just straight, one dribble, head up, full court chest pass, great stuff, great fast break. The Neptune team the past 2 years, that's the trademark, passing the ball down the court, advancing it, instead of dribbling, very good.
And this is going to have to be special. There you have it, as Neptune gather the ball through Robert Cahill. End of the quarter, the Corkmen lead by 5. Real tactical battle there in the first quarter, Niall.
Yeah, it was. Not sure Templeogue were ready for that 1-3-1 press. Not something you've seen from Neptune in the past year. The Paul's obviously practiced the past couple of weeks and very effective in the first quarter.
4 of their scorers coming from their starters. Dara Sullivan leading the way with 5 points. Scott Hannigan has 4. David Murray on 3. James Hannigan with 2. And Fitzgerald with a score off the bench. For Templeogue, Chris Arcilla has 9 of their 11 points, the only other one coming from Iarla McKeown.
And that's what Templeogue got to do, reverse the ball and get inside quick.
So Neptune with a 3-point lead to protect. And Dara Sullivan taking on Arcilla, the 2 top scorers going at each other. Murray inside. Templeogue had 4 hands in there.
Murray just never stops working. He's a beast on the offensive board, just keeps going.
There's something there about hands in the cookie jar. Your man from who does the Olympic coverage does it.
Got caught.
Finn McKeown. Jack Walsh taking the ball up, gets the bounce pass back to Finn. It's in the corner. Oh, it just came off his feet there, I think. Unfortunate for Jack Walsh. And now Finn McKeown joins his brother on 2 personal fouls. So Kasuka and the 2 McKeowns on 2 personal fouls for Templeogue. big guys in there, and I think despite the likes of Aston Kasuka, I think once you put a player onto the floor for Neptune like number 15 Robert Cahill, you are going to be, it really does amp up their physicality, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're really looking to go inside now and punish Templeogue. Oh, offensive foul call. Chris Urshela sold that one. You want a good basketball player, you've got to be a good actor. Oscar season. Slight change here for Templeogue. They're in a 2-2-1 full court press now.
We should start a rumour about Saoirse Ronan playing for Leyland Bridge in Carlow.
Well, sure, of course.
It's bump and grind in there inside in the key.
Liam Neeson, a former basketball man.
That's a lie.
That's not. Play for Ballymena Grouse. Ballymena, teammate of Paul McKee up there in Ballymena. True story.
See, like that's the Derry thing now. I mean, nobody can question you on this. You know.
I'll try and locate some photo evidence, but yeah, member of the Ballymena Grouse back in the 80s. Liam Neeson, that's where he got his mean streak.
Tom Phelan on the line for Templeogue.
Oh, it's going to broke the line.
That was a chance for them to edge closer still, but they'll be happy enough with only being 2 points behind.
Yeah, the game's still wide open. It's very, as cup finals can be. It's a bit scrappy at the minute, you know.
You know what the last 4 or 5 years of underage action has shown us in the National Basketball Arena for the Hula Hoops Cup finals is they can be very streaky, and if one of these teams gets hot, you'll see the temperature rise in here. But it's not to say that it can't happen to either or both teams. Good work in the air there as McKeown pops it inside. Harper for 3. There it is, the lead for Templeogue. Some good work spacing the players and eventually finding Harper in the corner.
We saw that on the Schools Cup final. Harper, a very accomplished shooter.
David Murray can't shake the cover there, pivot as he might. Harper's hot, tries to get the hands up. Oh, and O'Sullivan's disappointed with that. He thought that was a clean block.
Yeah, I thought he went straight up and got the ball.
We've seen some wonderful exhibitions in terms of defense and blocking in particular.
It's one of my pet hates. Referees always say there, we see demonstrating there, you know, your hands came down, but if you're in defense, you've established defensive position, and the offensive player comes under your chest, it's physically impossible not to bring your hands down. If the offense create the contact, in my opinion, that was just a no call.
And also gravity.
Exactly, yeah. Basic, as Newton taught us.
Newton, he played basketball for Ballymena as well here. Now Templeogue are firing up. Matthew Thompson with the 2-pointer and a 4-point lead for the Dubliners. Neptune, the definition of pedigree at this level. No need to press the panic button just yet. It's Hannigan outside for 3. It's banked, it's back with McKeown, who'll race on, but already has 3 Neptune players for company as Harper collects in the corner, fires it back to Irla, who's delighted to be back on the court.
Harper might have got away with a foul there in the last play, but then great fast break by Neptune, and Paul Keller's not happy calling timeout.
As Neptune trail by 4, Kelleher gets in to rally his troops. So when you look at the reasons why Templeogue are back on the right side of the scoreboard, sure you can look to Harper's 3 in the corner, but I think in particular Adam Reardon, who not only has 4 points off the bench, but 3 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, it's been a spark for Templeogue. We said they're on the bench could be key, and so far they're winning the bench battle. And that's a tough finish inside. Tough finish.
And now Templeogue can go ahead with some assurance, and the re-emergence of McKeown back onto the floor has had a big say in the fact that they're now 6 points to the good. O'Sullivan will shoot for 3 once more, and maybe they just need to wait, and that's how you block cleanly and with effect. Finn McKeown takes the applause from his twin brother. Great work inside. It's one of the most spectacular things to see on a basketball court.
Yeah, nice, good, clean block. Neptune have changed their defense. Now we're like a full court man defense. Neptune changing it up every few minutes. Straight half court man now.
Well, they've got Kasuka back in the game as well, and he somehow found McKeown inside.
Oh,
but look what it is again. The great work of Adam Reardon keeping Neptune honest.
Paul won't be happy there. They missed that box out. Almost lost possession. But let's see how Templeogue fare against this man defense now. Different look for Neptune.
It's one thing to have a coach with the awareness to change things up, but for a team as young as these guys to be happy enough to switch between defensive systems says an awful lot about what they're doing right in Neptune.
Yeah, for sure. They've got to be well coached and well drilled. They change.
Jake Collins in the wars in there.
Like so far from Neptune, we've seen 3 different half-court defenses, 3 different full-court presses. That's a lot of information to retain as a player, especially a young player.
It's not exactly give it to the big guy, is it? So Jake Collins with a chance to register his first basket of the afternoon, and that he does. Neptune have gone from feeling the pressure of leading to feeling the pressure of trailing. The intensity in these kind of battles, I mean, does anyone out there really look like they're enjoying themselves?
Definitely not the coaches anyway.
Collins, who would want to be a basketball coach? O'Sullivan, still no joy from the 3-point line.
O'Sullivan's a couple of clean looks. He can knock that down, so Templeogue can't give him too many looks because they will start to fall.
Harper runs down a dead end, gets the outlet through Chris Arcilla, tries to set things up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Arcilla versus Murray, the late dish to Harper, who passes the ball to the ankles of Aston Kasuka and gets a bang on the neck for his troubles. Coming back into the game is Finn McKeown. Who's it going to be for? It's Kasuka who's called ashore. That's because he's on 3 fouls now.
Yeah.
Kasuka, a major component of this Templeogue team, but he's yet to score in this game, yet to register a rebound in this game, so say the stats. Meanwhile, the Hannigans are on fire.
Double clutch reverse finish.
With a massive finish there.
But again, all credit to Dara Sullivan. Fantastic outlet pass. His hands on the ball, squared up straight away, passed to the top, and it was a fabulous finish.
And I figured out why Paul Keller is wearing a t-shirt. He made them and printed them, and he was selling them. He's managed to sell quite the few to the crowd.
Yeah, we can see that now.
He's just wearing the merchandise, that's all he's doing. He's got Neptune strapped to his chest, there's no doubt about that. Arcilla now, as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. The turnover is there though, and somehow Hannigan lets that between his legs.
And you can see the way Neptune are playing with this press, there's going to be runs both ways. You know, there's going to be back-to-back turnovers, back-to-back 3-pointers. It's the way Neptune play the basketball at senior level too. So they're never out of a game.
It's a head play call from O'Sullivan. He gets it, won't get a chance to shoot with Finn McKeown for company. Goes inside to Collins. That won't count. And just, it's a 1-score game right now, and you can see the pressure on Templeogue. making it very difficult. Arcilla in kind of two minds as to whether to be the one to dig them out of trouble or whether to be the one to really launch the offense when they're in the face of that press.
Yeah, you can see, you know, very good floor general, an open court there, great bounce pass. And Harper up to the line.
Coming back into the game, Jake Collins is out. In comes, which of the Ballincollig lads is that? That's Eli Lenihan.
There must be only one barber in court. They all seem to be the same.
One barber in Blackpool anyway.
Maybe it was a cup final special.
Maybe it was a group discount.
Yep. Paul Gallagher would look good maybe with a tight fade.
Harper doubles the difference between the sides. Sullivan really needs to get a shot in for his confidence and for his team. He's missed 4 in a row now. I think he's the kind of player with the confidence to shake it off. He just needs to make it happen. And the concentration, just split-second confusion there.
Yeah, you can see the way Neptune are changing their press defense. They're going 1-3-1, they're going man, they're going 2-2-1. Each one, the offense needs a slightly different alignment, and it just throws you off, and you can see there and creates a turnover.
You can see the off-the-ball movement really solid, and it's created an opportunity inside for David Murray.
Such good footwork, and now again they're in the man press now, so looks like in the school they're going man on a miss.
Which means Arcilla gets earlier into possession, and it does work out for them somehow as offsets Tom Phelan. Somehow ends up with Finn McKeown, who's right under the basket, so he'll need help from Phelan. It's out to another substitute, back with Arcilla, and 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is how it's been going for the last while. It's just opened up for him late on, and one of the Hannigans there, James, did just enough as Scott can't find David Murray, and here comes Irla, it's Finn actually, with the Eurostep, batted away there by James Hannigan, but it's back with the Dubliners.
Frenetic
Arcilla,
stuff.
and 10 seconds on the shot clock, 4 minutes to go in this quarter. They're going to have to do something, and it's going to have to get up there from Phelan. And he beat the buzzer, but not the basket, and off goes James. O'Sullivan just made sure he had his handle right before he got in there, but he needed to have the head up to see what the options were, and that's a trip, and somehow mid-flight Harper manages to execute perfectly a shot back to Chris Arcilla and set himself up for a 3. It's dive on glass, it's with the Hannigan, a one-handed pass, the bounce inside. This is great basketball. Can it be finished with a basket? Not from Dara O'Sullivan as Arcilla sets away, goes straight over the top to Harper, easy as you like, and Templeogue's lead is out to 4.
Great pace to this game, up and down, non-stop. Some of the finishing isn't the best, but some of the handling a bit scrappy, but it's leading to a very exciting game.
Wonderful to watch.
Lovely.
Love the fact that one of the biggest chances in basketball is nothing to do with scoring. It's all about defense, and that's what Neptune were doing right there. It means that the chant swaps from one side over to the other as the chant goes from blue to red. It's funny the kind of the difference in certain, particularly with the school stuff earlier in the week when you know, some schools they haven't, maybe might be the first time seeing a basketball game, and then others they know exactly what they're doing. You know, so it's not just let's go Templeogue. You might see a sign pop up saying, I'm, you know, be keen to screen, and this kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, it's one of the highlights of the basketball year on calendar is the Schools Cup week. You know, fantastic crowds in the arena, great support.
And the only thing that can outdo it is a weekend such as this when they travel from all over the country to finish and fill the National Basketball Arena. Arcilla there with the miss.
Great rebound.
He has no chance to think ahead to his Super League final appearance later on this evening, the Men's National Cup. 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. There's an electric pace to it right now. And Templeogue working well, but so too is the defence of Neptune. McKeown inside, travel called.
No, foul.
No, step out, sorry.
You can call a foul first.
So that foul is I think it might be on Scott Hannigan. Nope, sorry.
Number 10.
James Hannigan.
And Neptune are on team fouls too, so chance to stay on the lead is 7. I think they're the biggest lead of the game. They can make both these two.
see the disappointment there from Finn. He'd love to say that this game goes outside a 2-possession game on behalf of his teammates. And that much he does do. And just for 1 second seems to slow down as Neptune make their routes, as you might say in American football.
Yeah.
This is actually what it's Jags versus Patriots tomorrow, actually. Anyway, Hannigan for 2. Over the top, back to Harper. Hits Arcilla. He had Reardon down the left. May go to him, yes he does. Reardon for 3. Slight touch of the rim there.
Great pass ahead again.
Lenihan inside, O'Sullivan turns and shoots off the glass. And that's what he needed.
Neptune go basket to basket under 3 seconds. Fantastic transition basketball.
Arcilla somehow keeps under control of that. The around the back pass was meant to go to Reardon. Instead it was with Tom Phelan in there making himself an option. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Harper for 3. I thought that was sunk.
Good. I don't know. Such a quick release.
Hannigan gets the bump, doesn't get the foul. Murray's diving in there. Harper goes over the top, but in steps Darragh O'Sullivan. Has Hannigan's to left and right. Back in to contest the offensive rebound. There's a minute left in what has been a frenetic quarter.
Yes, so many scoring opportunities just left a wee bit short. This could be a high scoring game if either team can find their scoring touch. Sometimes in the finals teams are a bit tight. Players miss shots they normally would score. Unless of course you're CJ Fulton where no rules apply.
We're totally allowed to mention him in every single conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just go to Twitter, type in CJ Fulton, you'll see what you need to see if you've been on Mars for the last 3 days. 15-year-old shot at 3.9 and 79% over the course of 32 minutes. Timeout call from Templeogue, they lead by 4. So the shooting slightly cooled off in the last couple of minutes. But Darragh Sullivan leads the way. He's got 7 points for Neptune. He's shot 3 from 11 from the field, including 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. And now he's 1 from 3 from the free throw line.
But as you said earlier on, both these teams, it's not one player is going to score 30 or 40 points.
Absolutely not. All 5 of Neptune's starters are on the board, and they've had 2 points off the bench as well. Templeogue had 4 players, 4 starters I should say, score, and the only one who hasn't is Asti Kasuka, and that's been foul trouble. It's been what's hamstrung him more so than anything else. It's gone all the way over. I think that's Snow there. Just stepped out there. Sorry, that was Connor Flood, I beg your pardon. Just Connor, one of the Templeogue College winners during the week.
Back foot just flipped the line.
instructions are simple. If you're out there, don't step on the green stuff. So, James Hannigan with 17 seconds left in this half. He's looking to slow things down. There's no movement on either side for him, so everybody's waiting. And it goes to O'Sullivan. It's inside to Murray.
Oh, and he gets the foul.
And he gets the foul. So it's a chance for Neptune to make this to be within one basket of the lead.
And we can see there Paul Keller making a defensive substitution, just burning on two of his biggest players just for the last 5 seconds.
Would you look at the size of those boys?
Brian McCarthy into the game for a start.
Yeah, Brian McCarthy and Robert Cahill in the backcourt. Very, very wary of what's going to happen with the last 6 seconds of this.
Smart by Paul. Just he knows it's going to be a quick transition here, a quick shot. So the other job is contest the shot, not foul, and get in a rebound.
Murray, no joy from 2. There's 4 seconds left. And Arcilla meets the Twin Towers, and it goes up from the substitute. Unlucky there, Connor Flood took the right option. Half-time here at the National Basketball Arena in the Hula Hoops Under-18 National Cup Final. It's Templeogue who lead Neptune by 31 points to 28. Join us in 10 minutes for the second half. Is where we find ourselves just after the half-time mark in the hula hoops under-18 men's national cup final. I think maybe the difference will be the fact that they've had 6 points off the bench compared to Neptune's 2. But how much will all that count for in 20 minutes of basketball time when Templeogue have their 5 starters back on the floor, including McKeown, Kasuka.
Templeogue, the difference in the game really is probably those second chance points. Back free from Harper in the corner.
And McKeown, who we just have to make the point that all 3 of them are on 3 personal fouls.
Yeah,
and now they lead by 6.
Well, it's very hard to rebound out of a 1-3-1 zone, and the rebounding in Templeogue is probably the difference in the game so far. Both teams 13 turnovers each, very scrappy. On the pace for 26 turnovers each is not a good return. So, see which team can tear the ball in the second half.
Very much a war of attrition, with
great rebounds,
flickers of superb skill along the way. And David Murphy's work rate there on the boards has to be given credit. He's not getting them, but he's making Templeogue work awful hard.
Great
the
pass.
Hannigans for 2.
That was an alert.
Jack Walsh with the finish.
Tiny gap, got the ball through there. Pinpoint accuracy.
Oh, the steal from Jack Walsh. Can he make it count? Has a couple of options. There goes himself. 8.5 minutes gone, and I think there has been a bit of a shape to this game, and it has been quite like this for the last at least 15 minutes. Kasuka, I think, may be suffering from a little crisis of confidence as well. Wasn't able to impose his physicality there, but did just touch the ball down.
That's
McKeown.
That was just a miscommunication. 2 players, the same team, went for the same rebound, fumbled loose, and the easiest 2 points. Templeogue will score all day.
Good defense from Kasuka there. Arcilla sets off. He's had more speed than any of his Templeogue players, and it was enough to earn him 2 trips to the free throw line. The instructions coming from Paul Kelleher to the floor, but it's Kasuka. I beg your pardon, it's Arcilla who's up here.
Neptune increased lead to 7 points now.
Chris Arcilla, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Not a bad return for a point guard at all.
Yeah, all over the game. Great sideline break.
Neptune leading with the head there, as Jake Collins tries to advance the cause. Here's Arcilla, kicks it out to McKeown. McKeown, and this time the Eurostep works. And it's a 10-point lead for Templeogue.
Per start to the third quarter. Actually, Neptune have got some decent looks at the basket, but just defensively, Templeogue scoring way too easy.
Brian McCarthy, once again, the big boys are coming in for Neptune, and they'll be needed in there. Brian McCarthy and Robert Cahill are both going to come into the game.
Yeah, I think Templeogue getting to the rim too easy, getting too much inside. Paul's probably going to go big here, go zone defence. See if Templeogue can shoot on the outside. Oh, great hands by Sullivan.
Just a little bit of confusion between Chris Arcilla and McKeown, and it's teed up Neptune to restore a 10-point lead.
Fantastic back-to-back pass, back-to-back plays by O'Sullivan there, over the head pass, 6-point game.
And McCarthy and Cahill can sit down again.
Yeah, panic over. But that's the way Neptune play. They're so intense, they get up and down, the game will run, so they'll not panic too much. That's a tough finish, but actually, Hang leaning back over a much taller player, got the drop.
Misread the scoreboard there, of course, it's Templeogue by 8, as it is now.
That was a fantastic cut off the post entry and then a quick handoff pass. And we see there, just over a pass now, just great court awareness, boom. Fantastic stuff.
Oh, I really want to start playing commentary bingo every time it says boom.
But when you watch Neptune out there, it looks like almost like a production line of like the same players coming from a factory. You know, not just because they all are like 6'1" with the exact same haircut, look the same, but also because the way they play the game, the way they advance the ball, everything they get the ball, they have great court awareness, they have a head up, they pass ahead, they cut off the ball hard. Just their finishing hasn't been there today, and the couple of silly turnovers has cost them so far.
I think it's fair to say that even for these guys across the board, they're young and they're fit, but they're basketballers first and athletes second. And that's what you can see there with the control of Iarla McKeown. It's so unfortunate for Kasuka not to get the roll there, but his teammate was able to follow up.
But that's another offensive rebound, and Paul's going straight to the bench to get the bigs on because, and
they might have to sit down again because Dara O'Sullivan finally gets that long-awaited 3.
Yeah, but I think offense isn't the problem. We're getting good looks. Neptune, they aren't dropping. We'll see now the lovely free by Dara O'Sullivan. We've seen that in National League all year. Feet set, splash.
And the two boys do eventually come in.
Yeah, they're
McCarthy and Cahill.
They're not going to stay in a 1-3-1 zone here because those two bigs on the court is probably going to go to a 2-3, I'd imagine. Yeah, it takes a 2-3 zone now for Neptune.
Kasuka wants to take him on inside.
And we can see the defensive impact already. Nice block.
Iarla McKeown was going to take the inbound here. Still no change for Kasuka. But he gets the bounce pass inside. And he's doing super work there. Does claim the offensive rebound. Finn. Out to Chris. Back to Finn. In for 3.
We can see there, Templeogue get nothing inside, but if they get an outside shot, they fall. They'll get some looks against the zone. That was a great shot. Let's see, is that on the floor or is it going to 2 shots?
Huge work being done by Kasuka inside. His teammates will thank him for it.
Another Sisberg saw it.
And in she goes. And there you see the 3 fingers of the ref aloft. So 5.5 minutes to go in this third. And Neptune don't look like they're down by 9, but that's where they find themselves. Templeogue's ability to shoot when it counts has really counted. As O'Sullivan lets his 3-point return slip once again. But there's a press on Arcilla here, and it's worked out possibly, because it's 2-on-1.
Oh, lovely footwork. Slow down, just Euro step, left-hand finish.
And a change of pace, and Jack Walsh should get some credit here as well. But again, that ability to score when they need to, and it's Kasuka who opens his account, making it Templeogue 49 points, Neptune 40, and it's Paul Kelleher calling the timeout. James Hannigan still the top scorer for Neptune on 9 points, but Templeogue have 3 different players in double digits between Iarla McKeown, Chris Arcilla and Matthew Harper. It's James Hannigan. Kasuka rips it, leaves it for Finn McKeown. Harper wants it on the left, does get it. Good to see young players with their hands out expecting the ball.
You see, this 2-3 zone now will not get much inside, but they will get some open looks, so it's a case of can Templeogue knock them down. It's a huge back line for Neptune, that zone.
Some good ball movement here from Neptune. Dara Sullivan.
Lovely floater.
Yeah, nice touch there.
And now, yeah, smart St. Paul exchanges again. It looks like a 2-1-2 press maybe now. They put the 2 sort of bigger slower players to the very back line, because in the 2-2-1 the second, they weren't quite quick enough to couple the ground.
You keep talking like that, I'm just going to assume you're a drummer in a band trying to count me in. David Murray, 9-point game, 4 minutes left in the third. Who's going to make the move? Who's going to take control? Dara Sullivan just hasn't had a good afternoon from outside. Shooting at 1 for 7, that's 1 for 8 now he'll be. That one's finished.
He'll keep shooting, but he knows there's confidence in the shot. Lovely fast break again. Oh, that should have been basket interference. And we'll see this 2-1-2 press.
Yeah, let's just say it was going in anyway.
Yeah, I think it was, but the rule is once you pull that ring down, that should have been basket interference. But I'm not sure. Was it offense or defense?
Asuka, tangle of legs
they're
there.
Not going to get much inside against Neptune.
The physicality of Neptune, that switch that Kelleher made, making life very difficult. And this is the shot going up here. Great pass back.
The challenge for Neptune now too is they've gone big, which is going to help them defensively, but on offense, and I think Paul maybe see that now.
I'm going to guess that downward pull action from Jason Killeen on your monitors there means that he thinks the same as you, Niall.
Last interference. But sorry, I was just saying Neptune now, they've took one of the bigs off just because I think offensively, for better floor spacing, although David Murray can play outside, Paul normally likes 1 player inside, 1 out, and then
in Eli Lenihan, I should say, you do have somebody who's got an outside shot.
Oh, might have been out of bounds
there. Get hands on the ball too. Well done. Oh, just the slip there from Dara Sullivan. No matter though. Finn, stronger than he looks there to grab that off the board. It's back in the corner, and Templeogue using their bench again. Harper for 3, looking good. Oh,
they got away with that. David Murray closed out with a hand down. Someone like Harper, you've got to have your hand up, contest that shot.
Hannigan into the paint.
Great pass.
Oh, another clean block from Finn McKeown. That's his second of the game. Hannigan's athleticism just isn't enough, and McKeown comes away with it. And Iarla may be the scorer for Templeogue, but his brother has been doing a mountain of work, particularly on defense. That's going to go straight over the top, and Lenihan gathers. Murray sets off with the pace you wouldn't expect from a centre, but the control lets him down. Harper spins around. James Hannigan is furious.
You can see Oscar season in full flow again. Sold that one. I think it might have been an offensive foul, but we'll see it in the replay here. Flails the arms.
And the Academy Award goes to
number 10, James Hannigan. But that's part of the game, you know. You gotta earn your fouls.
It's not like he avoided getting hurt. I mean, it's a harder thing to go down in that scenario. It's Pinewood they're playing on. It's not a bouncy castle. Dara Sullivan, James Hannigan. Out to Lenihan. Again had his hands out, but a minor slip of the footing. They've had to reset, but it's come to James Hannigan for 3. Kasuka with the defensive rebound. Can't dribble. So knows to feed Jack Walsh. Walsh goes to the corner.
Again, see the Templeogue. Oh,
what a pass to Dara Sullivan, who'll get his 2.
We'll see that again. Another fantastic full court pass. Templeogue were giving up So we see it again now. Look, head straight up, two-hand, full court pass.
Yeah. Full control there. It wasn't exactly like he flung it. He knew exactly what he was doing.
It's not a coincidence that all the Neptune players do that. You know, that's something been drilled, that's something been practiced, that's something they work on in training.
So it's Templeogue who call the timeout, leading by 7, minute and a half to go in the third. So, that was the halftime score. I mean, I still don't think we've had anyone take this game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, still very scrappy.
Templeogue have had 2 successive 20-point quarters now. Best Neptune have been able to do is 16, and that was the first quarter. Having said that, chuck and chase once and once again.
We'll see this 2-2-1
Neptune are back in the lead.
Neptune went small again. Just David Murray playing centre, 2-2-1 press.
For a lad with 10 seconds on the shot clock, Arcilla has yet really to get this one set up. It might be tight. It's going to have to go up. And it does, or it doesn't. Yeah. Left his team with an awful lot of work to do there.
There's 2 free zones getting Neptune back in this game. Templeogue still haven't really figured out. They can get open frees, but I think Paul's going to live with that. You've seen her get nothing inside, live and die by the 3-point line.
I think that's right. Yeah, and you can see that's exactly what they've gone for. But it must be said at the same time, their current 3-point return stands at 8%.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. He put the guns to the head. Priscilla with corner free. That's been all game, and he finally hits one.
Neptune have just 1 3-pointer so far,
which is unusual for a Neptune team.
And this is counting down. The next basket will be massive for either side, if indeed there can be one before the end of the quarter. It won't come for Templeogue's Tom Phelan, but there's time for either side. In fact, we've seen a couple of occasions where Neptune have scored twice in the space of 7 seconds. No reason to suggest they can't do it now. They do have the possession. And it's Templeogue's turn to press.
Terrible
and they make the steal, and Arcilla gets the 2. And it's a 10-point game now at the National Basketball Arena, and there's 10 minutes and 2 seconds to go, and the call has gone against Neptune as well. The Dubliners are delighted.
I'm not sure what that second call. The first one was a turnover, and then inbounding the ball. I think the ref's saying inbounding the ball from the wrong spot, but sure the referees, they hand them the ball first, so I'm not even...
Neptune are going to have it all to do, because there's another shot to go up. And full credit to the biceps there of Dara O'Sullivan, but it matters little. There are 10 minutes left and 10 points between the sides. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching this under 18 hula hoops men's National Cup final. book to make a comeback. We've seen them pull off some remarkable comebacks in the past, but this is a different team and a different dynamic. Paul Kelleher has thrown everything that he can.
And we've seen now
at Templeogue.
They've changed the game. They're now in man-to-man defence. Paul's trying to keep us on our toes, making sure we see what's going on. But again, this constant change of defence, it's creating turnovers. It's just we need to do a better job of finishing opportunities.
It is that offensive return.
Oh, foot in the line. Again, another decent look, just doesn't drop. You know.
Scott Hannigan. For some reason, the haircuts reminded me of the first Police Academy movie, where you can have any haircut you like as long as it's the one blade. Kasuka.
Who's your favourite Police Academy character?
I'm going to go with Bobcat Goldthwait on that one, Niall. He'd have made a fine basketball commentator himself. Lenihan!
Oh,
there it is. That's why he's on the floor. The substitute makes it a 7-point game. 9 minutes left now. A couple more of those would do Neptune just fine. But Arcilla steadies the ship for Templeogue.
Arcilla hasn't scored a lot of points, but it seems every basket he's scored is at a key time just to stop potential Neptune run.
Yeah, he knows where the opportunities are in transition, that's for sure.
Nice drive and finish. It's really get heated up now. Yeah. But I'm surprised.
To his credit, Niall, he is on 19 points.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's more than I've ever scored in the West.
Well, they're all timely.
Yeah.
So I think the point stands. 7-point game.
You're not a Mahoney fan?
You know, just thought he was a bit wet. And I don't necessarily mean in Police Academy 3 where he's flying along on the jet ski either.
Yeah. Oh, some of the Neptune fans here are not happy with that call. Let the referee hear it. Oh, yeah, he's animated. That's the first. Monitor. And the second, that's over 20 points.
So just when Neptune could see parity on the horizon, it's Arcilla who steps up.
Still loads of time left. Only a few
He's been a leader. It's no surprise then that he's one of 2 players on this Templeogue squad who'll be back out again for the Super League Men's National Cup final. The Pat Duffy Cup will be won by a Dublin team this evening. Will it be Templeogue? Will it be UCD Marion? You'll know if you've got a ticket or if you're watching it on TG Cahir or tgcahir.ie. That game will not be streamed on YouTube, just so you know. Arcilla somehow creates space inside. Thought he was going to get an offensive rebound there as well.
He earned his team the ball anyway.
He did.
Smallest man in the court, crashing the boards, fouled his own shot.
Taking on James Hannigan that time. And the switch for Neptune. Sees number 6 for them come back in. That's Kelvin O'Donoghue. Swapping out with Eli Lenihan. Both of those guys are 3-point shooters. When Ballincollig went out at the semi-final stage of the Under-16 National Cup, it was those guys who were tasked with setting up a 3-pointer to win the game. They were millimetres from a trip to the National Basketball Arena. That day it was CBS The Green Tralee who beat them, the team who went on to make a little bit of history themselves by scoring 46 points to CJ Fulton's 47 on Thursday. See, it all wraps around, folks. It's all connected. Such is the way in the basketball community. Good move inside there. Strong drive from Tom Phelan. Kelvin O'Donoghue comes in, tees up Dara Sullivan. That time he had the gooseneck. That time he knew it was coming.
I think that the refs were talking about it. I think it's a 2-pointer. The first ref's like a little free, but he was correct there. I think that's the correct call. The foot just, you hate that as a coach. The foot just creeps on the line. And it's a 2 instead of 3. But nice shot all the same.
Hopefully it's the fillip that Dara needs to get himself going there again. 7-point game. Arcilla. We need to start watching the fouls now in a big way. Look at Templeogue, they lead by 7. But of their players, they have 3 players on 4 fouls, including Iarla McKeown, who's just checked back into the game. Matthew Harper. And that score there, Finn McKeown. So the two McKeowns are on the floor, the twins are on 4 fouls. And yet, Finn McKeown gets his 3rd block of the afternoon without giving away anything to Neptune, who are toughing hard here to get anything to happen. There's 8 seconds on the shot clock. Dara Sullivan will put up another one. And the confidence of the last one did work. And that was for 3. And now we're talking.
Yeah, it's really getting going. 6-point game. Dara Sullivan has struggled from the 3-point line today, but that's not going to knock his confidence.
Well,
see it again here. Feet set. Gets a fly.
If he misses the first 15 but gets the next 5, he won't mind at all.
Yeah.
And Jason Killeen has a decision to make here.
But as a shooter, you've got to have that confidence. No matter how many you miss, you've got to be always ready to shoot the next one.
Haven't checked Twitter for #NapWatch yet, but I assume you're keeping an eye on it. The hook shot doesn't go from Kasuka, and away come Neptune. Options left and right. It goes to Kelvin O'Donoghue. Swung all the way around to the player. Is it a heat check? No. David Murray, with a player stricken in front of him, gets his 2, and that's the timeout that you knew Jason was going to call. 4 points between the sides. With just over 6 minutes left. Don't go anywhere. Dara Sullivan finds himself on 22 points for the Corkmen.
Oh, travel. Might have been the new 0-step rule, but you can see it again. I'm not too sure. That would have definitely been travel last season, but this year that might have been illegal.
It's a 4-point game. Arcilla will have a Hannigan to contest with before he can do anything else. Hannigan sticks to his duties, but Kasuka was in to help out, and here comes Iarla McKeown for 2.
It's the roll. Still a lot of time in this game. 6 minutes to go. Just 6-point game, 6 minutes.
And defense is the shout from the Templeogue crowd. Hannigan with the head fake from way downtown.
Oh!
Dara Sullivan goes to 25 points with his 3rd 3 of the afternoon. He was so far out, he should have got 4 for it. Yeah. And Neptune are on their feet now.
3-point game. We're going to have a barnstorming finish here. Neptune down by 10 points earlier on, never out of a game.
Hold on to your hats, folks. And it's James Hannigan moves to 4 fouls. He's on the ball now. And again, it could be a momentum shift if any of the big guns for Templeogue pick up one more personal foul. Scott Hannigan this time. Scott Hannigan!
Tie game.
The sides are level.
The Neptune fans are loving it on their feet. This full court man defense.
And a full 5 minutes left. Let's reset. Let's call it 0-all in the under-18 Hula Hoops National Cup final.
That was great secondary help defense by Neptune. They ran a run and jump press, and then whenever the shot was broke, great recovery defense down low there. I think it was, not sure who it was went down help, but it was great recovery. Oh, and all steam.
Speeding up, the crowd is filling up. Dara Sullivan is the hot player. Another rejection by Finn McKeown. Well, if his side win, and there's another one. But it's Finn who deserves the bottle of Lucozade from his teammates this evening if they do pull through.
Two spectacular blocks on play.
And Irla up the other end puts Templeogue back in front.
You can see here Templeogue making a few mistakes. That's when you're playing against a press defence for the full 40 minutes, it wears down physically and mentally, and just in the fourth quarter now, that could be the difference.
But you can see there is a calmness to what Dara Sullivan in particular is doing. Yeah. James Hannigan.
Paul Keller is not happy with that call. The ball was tipped out of Hannigan's hands, but the ref called it double dribble.
Well, there were turnovers aplenty in this game. At half-time, there were 26 in total. At this point, I think Neptune have had 20 themselves. 24 from Templeogue makes you think that it hasn't been a joy to watch, but it's been gripping in every sense of the word. And now it's a one-score game with less than 4 minutes to go.
Great defence by Dara Sullivan. Stood tall.
Put your thumb down on the link you've been watching this on. Hold it down until it says copy link and fire it into every WhatsApp group you're in, because nobody's going to want to miss what's going to happen over the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think the shot clock was reset there, but the ball did not hit the rim, so there's 4 seconds left in the shot clock. Subs here, Harper coming back into the game.
So there's a queue for a bus. Neptune and Templeogue both waiting patiently in line. The McKeowns combine. Irla can't get his hands on it. It's a little bit rushed from the Hannigans.
Oh, travel is called there, I think, at the fast break. Couldn't even hear the referee's whistle. The sound in the arena. Both fans, bases, did a great job.
Jake Collins is going to come in. Neptune will have 6 players on the floor until Scott is called ashore.
Neptune robot number 7 replacing Neptune robot number 5.
Back in the game, Matthew Harper, and he's already come up with some big baskets in this game. Still isn't going to outscore the 23 points that Arcilla has. Can he go to 25?
Yeah,
yes he can!
Great recognition by Chris Arcilla. He refused the screen, went left hand, no help defense on the strong side.
Dara Sullivan has come out of this game.
And another block.
And Asuka, well, he had a rough time of it in the first half, but he's been worth his weight in gold for those last couple of blocks he's put in on Neptune.
Templeogue back in front now, 4-point game, 3 minutes to go.
Neptune have tried to get back into this game from the outside, and they didn't have the accuracy. They've tried to do it on the inside, and they've been met with some massive defense from Templeogue. Templeogue are trying to win this game from the outside, and Chris Arcilla finds Kasuka by way of the rim. It's back with Kasuka now, tries to bump Murray, makes the 2, and he's come into form right when his side have needed it. The timeout's been called, and I think we're going to see skin and hair flying in the Neptune timeout with 2:39 left to go in this game. is what, admittedly, pittance you'd pay to get in to see, but it's worth every cent of it. What a fantastic conclusion to this game. Neptune have come back in a major way in this hashtag Hula Hoops Cup final.
Oh, that's free, I think. I know it was a wide open three-pointer again, just haven't fallen enough. The regular club for Neptune today. Oh, yeah. Late call, but a correct call by the referee. That was a carry violation. See it here?
Just see it here, yeah.
Lost control of the ball a second.
Whoop, there she goes. A rare error there from either of the McKeowns. Yes, there have been turnovers aplenty, but they haven't come through possessions like that. James Hannigan bounced inside to Murray. Kasuka's way up in confidence.
Oh, lovely post work.
Murray's a classy operator, and it's back to a 4-point game. Round the back pass. Crossover from Finn. Arcilla. Look at the diligence of Scott. But Asuka once again provides the screen. It's
great
dumped
pass.
into him.
Oh, great pass down low.
Wonderful hands. James Hannigan.
Yeah. As a big man, when you get the long post, you got to keep it high, keep those pesky guards away.
We just look here.
Brings it down and
superb reactions
if he
there.
get that ball high, Hannigan would be nowhere near it.
Particularly to do it cleanly.
Yeah. Although we said before the game, no one player in his team is going to probably go further. I think Chris Ursula and Darragh O'Sullivan are probably trying to make us eat our words. Both of them here put on big displays.
There's a minute and a half left. What do Jason Killeen and Paul Kelleher have to offer? Will it be tactics? Will a sub spring from the bench to make the key difference? It's all in the melting pot right here in the Under-18 Men's Cup National Final. Once again, this worked out the last time when Hannigan went for Murray. This time, Kasuka does the necessary, and it's a Templeogue ball. Time is running out. 1, 2, 3 is what's left on the scoreboard.
Over the back here, just.
And actually the presence of Finn McKeown was a big help in there as well. The press is on once again from Neptune, but Arcilla has shown no sign of energy fading. But what can he do with 2-on-1? Just about avoid the half-court violation. It's bounced inside to Kasuka, who this time goes offense of Murray.
Nice
tries the reverse. Nobody's happy about that one.
I need to see that again.
If you're from Dublin.
Let's see that again now in the monitor. It's a great sweep move. Rip through, goes baseline. It's hard to tell. Might have got a bit of the arm, but
you're right, referees do have a hard job and they do behave excellently under pressure, don't they, Niall? Yes, well said, I agree with you. Kasuka, well, this is actually his first free throw of the afternoon. So he'll have to forgive himself those as we tuck inside under the minute. Dare I say the O word with just 4 points between the sides. But Templeogue seem to have their defense right on this one. It's causing problems.
Step back for
Sullivan. Step back an inch too far on that one. Bounce pass is good. Templeogue showing their strength and depth once again. Jack Walsh back in the play. Harper to Arcilla.
There's a defense injury here. Hannigan can't move.
It's opening up in the corners if it can be found in some way, shape or form.
Hannigan can't move. He's a cramp. He still played some good defense.
Here come Neptune. He's going to have to stay where he is, which means Neptune, a man down on offense.
Yeah.
With James Hannigan clearly struggling.
Yeah, he's a cramp. Well, 2-point game, 24 seconds to go. You can see it here. Even with the cramp, he played great individual defense.
You can actually hear it go ping there, but it is just cramp.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a scenario where a teammate assumes it's cramp and goes to stretch out the hammer? And
it's happened to me before where I have pulled my calf and tried to stretch it out and did not have good consequences.
Somebody jumps in and tries to make it happen. A little bit of a conflab here between the officials and the refs. We may see a change to something, and that's really disappointing for James Hannigan. He's been a warrior for Neptune this afternoon. It doesn't look like it'll stretch out. I think it might be a combination of the calf and the ankle. We have a timeout. Let's see if he can use the next minute to recover, with Neptune trailing by just 2 points. And it looks like we won't be seeing James Hannigan back on the floor. Might be his ankle as much as the
turned it over. Great full court defense by Neptune.
Hannigan will still be a loss though. He had 5 assists. His efficiency was there. He had 9 points. So can Neptune capitalise? Means for the first time in the game, Kelvin O'Donoghue and Eli Lenihan are both on the floor at the same time. 2 outside shooters combining here. Dara Sullivan's left the ball after him. Chris Arcilla has help inside from Matthew Harper, and Dara Sullivan doing
the refs call sportsmanlike. Don't do it! Don't do it! No! Oh my God!
That's a microphone, not a time machine. Sorry, Niall.
Don't call sportsmanlike there. Don't do it, refs. Just, I know the hand was high, but just like, you know, it's a 2-point game. Just let the players decide it.
Hashtag Niall's not happy. That's what Jason Clean was writing on his stat board right there. Timeout's been called. How can they keep ahead? There's 2 points between the sides.
Makes the first.
So Templeogue have a chance to put the fate of the under-18 men's national cup title in their own hands, through the hands of Chris Arcilla. He's been a leader on this court all through this game. He's their top scorer by some distance.
I know that
25 points, and now not only has he made 2 from 2, but Templeogue are getting the ball back. No wonder Scott Hannigan is doing the jumping jacks.
Oh, he got the steal.
Just about. Oh, the ball is back with Templeogue. Dara Sullivan did everything he could. There's 12 and a half seconds left and 4 points between the sides.
Oh, he got the steal.
And it's all over the place here right now as the shot goes in from Scott Hannigan, who was fouled in the 3-point attempt, which means that not only will Finn McComb be disconsolate because he's coughed that one up, he's also out of the game.
Yeah, it's not over yet. It's a 4-point game. Neptune have 3 shots to come. 3 free throws. I know before that, sportsmanlike foul was harsh on the referee.
So the 2 McKeowns have fouled out of this game now.
Both of them?
Yep. But 4 points between the sides. 2 shots for Scott Hannigan. And 7 seconds left at the end of this game. This is the very essence of drama.
All he needs, take 2.
Scott Hannigan's going to have to take a breath here. He'll be happy enough. His team will be happy enough to get within shooting distance.
Oh, missed a second.
And it's getting to him now. It really is. The pressure's mounting. He needs those words of encouragement. This is a massive basket, and the one thing Scott needs to do is not think about it. Makes no mistake with the third. It's enough to give Neptune a shooter's chance, but they need the ball.
Oh, he turned it over.
And it's a turnover. He's muscled out of play in a legal way. Neptune have the ball back and a chance to tie it up with 5 seconds left. This is amazing. It's going to come in from Kelvin. He goes to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan has to put it up. Glory for Neptune, not to be. Templeogue of the Under-18 Men's National Cup Finals as the game ball goes high into the rafters here at the National Basketball Arena. Neptune threw everything they had at this Templeogue side, tactically, physically, athletically, and with no shortage of skill, and it's just not enough. And you have to say, over the course of the 40 minutes, Templeogue are the worthy winners, Niall.
Yeah, it was back and forth for another game. Neptune did a great job to come back in the second half, but Templeogue kept their composure in the final few minutes, had big shots when it counted, some great interior defence, and again, worthy winners. But an exciting game.
And there we have the man who has done so much for Templeogue, Chris Arcilla, stepping up with those 2 from 2 right when his team needed it, taking his tally to 27 points, managed to fire off 4 assists along the way, 3 steals. An incredible game for Arcilla. But again, you have the likes of Iarla McKeown, Matthew Harper, both finishing in double digits there. Asuka really grew into the game, you know, for a guy who only had 4 points to finish with 10 rebounds. Absolutely incredible. And those blocks, 3 for Finn McKeown, 2 for Asuka, and 2 of those within seconds of each other, right when the game was in the melting pot. You have to feel some sympathy for Neptune, but they've had some great days here at the National Basketball Arena over the past year or two, and those days are only great because they're up against days like these. They'll feel the disappointment. Paul Kelleher has won and lost with this side, and he'll win and lose with them again. This was a brave effort from Dara O'Sullivan.
Yeah,
he never got set for it. He did everything he could.
Create a bit of space, get the shot off just at the front rim, you know. He missed a couple of shots early, but he had a fabulous game overall.
Yeah, I don't think it came down to that final shot, whether or not Neptune won or lose that. And so we find ourselves at the end of a really roller coaster of an under-18 final. And David Murray, this may be his first silver medal at this level as he runs up to take his runners-up medal. In behind him comes Dara Sullivan. The Hannigans, valiant throughout. James literally had to be pulled off of that court, dragged off it. James, and then Scott, and then one of the Twin Towers did everything that was asked of him by his coach when he came into that game, Robert Cahill. One of the only scorers off the bench for Neptune. Number 4, Kieran Fitzgerald. Another man who stepped up when he was needed was Brian McCarthy. And then come the 2 Ballincollig boys, Eli Lenihan and Kelvin O'Donoghue. And Kelvin in particular sees little consolation in silver. It was gold he wanted. It was a trophy he wanted to take back to Cork, not memories of a final. 13 and 12 for Neptune, David Varma and Sean McCarthy. They'll get their medals too. What a difference Cian Heafy might have made had he been able to take full part in this game.
Yeah, Cian a fabulous player, and hopefully makes a full recovery from that injury.
But as we said, Neptune have had their days. Templeogue, this is the first title I think in the last 4 years. Now again, for 6 of these players, they have had schools honours during the week. What a week it's been for the likes of Kevin Robinson and Iarla McKeown and Jack Walsh and Matthew Harper and Connor Flood and Finn McKeown. All 6 under-19A schools champions and under-18 club champions in the same week. This week can break your heart, but it can also send you into ecstasy, and that's where some of these Templeogue lads are right now. For the likes of Iarla McKeown and Chris Arcilla, they'll be straight back onto the foam rollers because they'll be back in uniform for 8 o'clock this evening. Some of these guys are going to get to go let their hair down, have a couple of Mawadis, and say this may be just the greatest day of their entire life. The likes of Tom Phelan, Matthew Harper, Harris Webster, who couldn't be here, and no doubt that the Templeogue lads would have done for him in a big way today as he recovers from pneumonia. The substitutes, and again the bench for Templeogue was really telling. Solomon Snow, Adam Reardon, and the rest. And it really does look like Puff Summers just gave Bernard O'Byrne a kiss on the cheek. I hope he did. Winning is addictive, and Jason Killeen will hope to bring that winning mentality into this evening's final. I think they all knew as they huddled around Chris Arcilla where the golden ball was going. To the golden boy, what a performance from him this afternoon. Standing beside Man Mountain Bernard O'Byrne just makes his stature all the more significant, and he's going to have to find a home for that golden ball because there's a trophy to be lifted. Captain Nafornia, Conor Flood is the man who steps up. That's nice, isn't it? And there's something lovely about the presentations where we have to pause for the photographs before Templeogue can go absolutely mental. Once this cup gets raised aloft, and it's a crowd surfing victory for Conor Flood and co as the red of Templeogue applaud behind him. What a wonderful game, full of drama. We can expect all of that and more to come over the rest of this weekend. For myself and Niall, thank you so much for joining us, but stick around, we've got Ballincollig and Killorglin coming up next in the Men's National Cup final.
Thanks, Ross.